Last night a pika saved my life. We're on. Hey there, Reverend Sully, Eric O'Sullivan, Ordained on the internet. As always, the caveat, please do not burn your hands holding on to my hot takes. If you do, then that's on you. Hey, it's our Saturday Star Wars, and what is the subject today? Well, how Star Wars saved my life. Seriously. Okay, I am a Generation 1 Star Wars fan. I was about 5, 6 years old when the first movie came out. I don't remember seeing Star Wars in 78. I remember seeing it probably in 79, and I most definitely remember seeing Empire Strikes Back the night it came out. We went to the premiere. My best friend Brian Massey and my auntie JoJo took us, and Brian reminded me of one thing, and all these memories came flooding back to me. He was like, "Do you remember this? Do you remember that? Your auntie JoJo made them open up the curtains for us so we can go through," and we felt like we were in such awe of it. And I remember seeing that with him, and wonderful experience. How did Star Wars save my life? Well, I went to Catholic school in first, second, and third grade, and the nuns were abusive to us. They were allowed to. It was called keeping discipline. And I was a prototypical ADHD kind of kid. I've never been diagnosed with it, yet I have all of these traits and personality traits, behavioral traits, emotional traits that identified today. I would have been medicated like you wouldn't believe, I guess. But I wasn't. And I had a horrible impact on my poor single teenage divorced mother. Ay, ay, ay. And, but Star Wars, the nuns could not compete with the Force, because I was Star Wars crazy. Everything was Star Wars. And the Force had the biggest impact on me spiritually, because back then, Star Wars had a spiritual value. Before the internet, popular fictions and old fictions, they conveyed different cultures in the guise of fiction. So the America, was in the past was identified as a Christian place. So here you have this Californian kid, this Northern Californian kid, with all these highfalutin Eastern spirituality ideas. And he put it into a form called the Force, which is, in a level, Eastern spirituality. And this freed me from Catholicism. I didn't pay good attention in school, of course, because I had no attention span. Yet, the nuns, okay, I want to show you something practically. All right, this is the impact that the nuns had on me, literally. I'm going to put this, my safety mask on. It's upside down. Don't worry. Okay. Yeah, you see that? You see how the my right ear here, let me just tighten this a little bit more. My right ear bends down like that. Why? I remember third grade, I was behaviorally challenged and was disruptive in class. So I got disciplined a lot. And the principal, Sister Mary Hyacinth, grabbed me by my ear, twisted it. I can still feel and hear the crunch to this day. I can hear in that ear. I can. But she dragged me down the hallways, crying and screaming, by this ear. From the classroom, down the hall, to her office. And thank goodness it was all on the first floor. I mean, it would have been bumpy going down those stairs. And after that, we were asked to take our membership in the parish of St. Mary's of Czestochowa in Andrews Square down the street to St. Monica's, where all the other, project trash went. But the poor nuns could not compete with George Lucas. George Lucas gave me something better than guilt, sin, and the eternal salvation through the blood of Jesus. It gave me lightsabers. It gave me the Force, and it gave me Luke and Darth Vader. And I've been a spiritual person ever since. It led me on my spiritual journey. The Force is quite comparable to the Chinese idea of qi, of ki, of your spiritual energy that you can manifest through meditation, clear-mindedness, a connection with your body, and a connection with the energy of this universe. You know, this sounds familiar? It sounds like Jedis talking about the Force. And also, the original Star Wars was this wonderful placeholder of information, like little things like Admiral Akbar. We all know what Akbar means. It means like it comes from Allah Akbar, which is an Islamic saying that means God is greater. Something like General Dodona. Now, I've seen Dodona once in the Iliad, and it's a mountain where you would go to sacrifice to Zeus. And, or like later on in the prequel trilogies, such as Shakti. Shakti is the Hindu feminine embodiment, as opposed to Shiva, who's the male embodiment. Shiva and Shakti. And there are many prayers to Shakti. I recite them as myself. Kriya Shakti. May I spontaneously generate right action that will benefit everyone. How much more Jedi can that be? So, Star Wars changed my life, and it saved me from the rote spirituality and in pomp and circumstance, the ritual cannibalism, and the what I considered at the time, and to some extent, the closed-mindedness of rigid religious hierarchies. And I used to have this joke that I would never trust a religion that had a management structure that the Gap based on. There's definitely a hierarchy in a church, in a diocese and a parish, from priest down to from the priest to the nuns, and the brothers to the lay people, and to the congregation. And I've always refused and rejected authority and unnecessary rules. I've always been a maverick. I've always been an independent thinker. I'm an only child. I've always been this way. I was born this way, as Jay-Z said. I'm not going to butcher that quote, but you know what I'm getting at. Yet, Star Wars literally saved me from Roman Catholicism, and I'm forever grateful to Star Wars. And but I'm an old fan, and the old fans are not welcome in the new Star Wars. They're not. We're not. Our money, I'm at the age I got disposable income. I'm not spending it on Star Wars. I won't spend it on Disney, Lucasfilm. Seriously, I just can't do it anymore. What am I going to do? Encourage this behavior? There's a magical thing over at Lucasfilm now that any conservative values are anathema? That's bogus. How can that happen? I mean, geez, I'm a balanced person. I have liberal and conservative values. I use the dark side and the light side. I don't prescribe to anything like the Gray Jedi or anything. I'm just more of an independent operator, a Force user. I'm just a simple man trying to make my way through the galaxy. But I'm forever grateful to George Lucas for exposing me to Eastern spirituality at an early age. Star Wars used to have a huge spiritual quotient to it. Now, since Disney, it's a product. You put Star Wars on a label, it's supposed to sell. And just, the young fans just reject our old ideas and us old fans that, we have to accept them, what they say about everything, or else, We're gatekeepers, and we're guilty of thought crime. You can have it. You can have Star Wars. It's especially the Disney Star Wars. That's all you. You own it. And also, I just want to say right behind me too. Those are my original 1999 lightsabers from Phantom Menace. And I'm proud to say that I brought my lightsabers to opening night. My girlfriend was mortified, so I kept them in the car. I didn't bring them with me. But I brought them all the same. Yet I did bring them to The Rise of Skywalker, and they were a big hit. Seriously, people were like, yes, someone brought lightsabers! That's me. That's the kind of fan I am. And that's the kind of fan I'll remain. And I'm sorry that I don't buy the progressive agendas and the virtual signaling and all the additive things to Star Wars. Star Wars was fine. There's a book I read a long time ago about theology. It's called The Sacred and the Profane by Mircea Eliade. And he said that ancient man would make a sacred space, and such as the temple or the church. And when you entered this sacred space, you left the temporal world and you entered a magical new space. And Star Wars is like this magical Star Wars space. That when we enter this space, we leave Earth's problems behind us. So the constant dovetailing of all of these earthbound problems, they're not Star Wars problems. It doesn't fit. Yet, this is what we're being force-fed. And guess what? All the old fans reject it. And that makes us bad people. I don't buy that. Not one bit. Yet, I'm not going to spend my money or my attention on anything Disney and anything Disney Star Wars. Lucasfilm, you've got Pablo Hidalgo, Matt Martin, and the host of the Star Wars show with those comments, and you cancel people for less. I mean, geez, how am I supposed to take you seriously? How? I mean, I'm not buying anymore. I'm sorry. Star Wars will always be a cherished memory for me. But guess what? I lost the Star Wars. I'm a Star Wars veteran. Did you see that? Yeah, I'm a Star Wars veteran. And guess what? Yeah, I think I need a therapist after this. The VA have maybe a group that we can all go to. We do have a group, and it's called the Fandom. And we all talk, and we all try to cope with what became of Star Wars. But Star Wars did save me from Roman Catholicism, and I am an independent spiritual minister, and I have a well-rounded, balanced view of world spirituality. I include everyone. Every culture has a piece of the puzzle. Not one of us, not one nation state, not one culture has the exact answer. It's an amalgam. It's a blending of all of our cultures and all of our views. And it was wonderful to be exposed to this at such an early age that it's left a lifelong impression on me. So thank you very much, Star Wars. Thank you. You saved my life. I appreciate you. And I have gratitude, and I am blessed. Cheers and thank you. If you like this content, well, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like this content, well, give me a thumbs down. I'm a big lad. I can handle it. Please give me a subscribe and leave a comment in the comments section. Start a conversation. Let's do it. What do you feel about Star Wars? Did Star Wars save your life? How's it impacted you over the years? And thank you so very much, and may the Force be with you.